Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're just doing a quick mukbang. It is 10 o'clock at night. My baby just went to sleep. I got this microphone on, so hopefully you hear me even if I'm talking low. My hair's not cooperating, but anyway, let's get started. So I'm eating Buffalo Wild Wings. My mom had some here, so I said, why not? This is the only flat, like with bone in, and these are flats. And then I'm also eating bell pepper with cottage cheese and tahini. For those that don't know what tahini is this. It's just a chili lime seasoning that you can put on just about anything. So let's get started. This is it my full week? I think it's day 8 of being on keto. I don't know how much weight I've lost, but we would find out on Monday when I go to the doctor and get weighed. Should I put my hair up? I thought I had we'll scratch that. Let me clean my camera. Oh, I think it looks like that too because the light is like right here. Let me see if I can. Oh, is that too bright? Look at me not knowing how to get this lighting done. Anyway, let's eat. So, what should we talk about today or tonight? Look at me, this light. It doesn't want to focus on my face. Don't worry. Soon enough, I'll get a camera that's like really good. And then you guys can see me. You guys need to try those. Even if you're not on keto, delicious. I have more here, just in case I want more. But anyway, let's talk about the one realtor lady that sucks. Okay, so let me tell you guys a story. So me and my husband were looking for a home to rent. Before baby girl came. Y'all, I really need okay, so me and my husband were looking for a home to rent before baby girl came, right? And so my brother he said that he had a friend that was fixing up a house and he was going to rent it. And I was like, oh, that's great. And it was like down here in the Stafford, Fredericksburg area kind of thing. It was going more towards like Warrenton, I think, but we were still in like Fredericksburg. But anyway, so we said, yeah, perfect. Let's go check it out. And we went to go check it out. We liked the house. It was pretty, a lot of natural lighting. So right away, me and my husband were already interested, even though the house looked like shit because he was still renovating everything. But you can imagine how it was gonna look, right? These are bomb. And have water. But you can imagine how, like I said, how it's gonna look. So we were like, yeah, we're definitely interested. And the guy was like, yeah, come. Like, he told us to come the next week. Like in a week. Because he said that he was almost going to have it done. And we said, okay, we will be here. So then that week comes, and then we go see the house. And he had a lot more done, so the house was looking better and better. So the guy was like, yeah, we came to an agreement for rent, like how much rent was going to be. And everything was set, everything was set for us to move in as soon as he was done with the house. This whole time, me, like my husband and I and the guy, we were just the three of us working together, right? Negotiating about the price or whatever. And he agreed to everything. He was just like, yeah, that sounds good. And then all of a sudden, he throws his sister in the picture and says, oh, well, me and my sister bought this house to flip it, and she wants to sell it. Mind you, this is what got us upset. We already had given him a date as to when we wanted to move in, and he agreed to it. Even though, even we were like walking around the house, we were like, okay, this can be our room, this can be the office, this can be the baby's room, whatever, right? And all of a sudden, he throws his sister in the picture. And so then my brother, he was asking me like, oh, what the guys say, and is everything running smoothly? And then I told him, my brother, I said, well, all of a sudden he told me that we had to talk to his sister. And my brother was confused, and he was just like, his sister? And I said, yeah, because supposedly they bought that house together, and we had to talk to her, right? And so my brother was like, no, you should only deal with him. And I said, yeah, but I can't just deal with him anymore, because he said that his sister's a realtor and that, they bought it together. And I guess we have to come like all four of us into an agreement again. Like what? So anyway, so he gives us a day, I think it was like on a Wednesday, to come in and see the house again, and also talk to his sister because his sister was going to be there that afternoon. So we go and she's there, we meet her. I take my parents so they can see the house as well. So it was like all of us, and then, you know, me and like my husband and I and the lady, we were talking about the price. First of all, we were walking around the house, right? And we were doing the same thing, like, oh, this is gonna be the office, this is going to be the baby's room, this is gonna be our room, and you know, so and so and so. And so we did the whole walk around, and then we were talking about rent, and the lady was like, you have to have this much, you know, for deposit and then first month's rent. And we're like, yeah, sure, we got all that, we're set. And then she said, oh, it's gonna be this much a month. And I said, oh yeah, we already talked about that and we agreed with that, so we got it. And then she's like, okay, perfect, you know, I'll give you my card, just fill out a quick application and then send it over, right? And so I was just like, well, the fastest thing is for you to email me. And so she's like, okay, just send me your email and I'll email that. So we did that. We got the paperwork, we filled it out, we scanned it, and we sent it right away. And then she gives us a call, right? And then she says, by when do you guys want to move in? So we're like, oh, this is a done deal, you know, like this house is ours to rent. And we tell her, I'm like, well, you know, before the baby's born, so like that week, like she called enough on a weekend, I think. I'm not too sure when she called. I think she called on a weekend. And then she asked, like, when do you guys want to move in? And then I was just like, well, we want to move in like that Friday, Saturday, you know, that upcoming weekend. And then she was like, oh yeah, that sounds good, whatever. And that was it. You know, we ended the call like with good vibes, and we're like, okay, we're about to get this house, you know, finally we're gonna have our own space. Like, we were so happy because I was like, we don't have to get rid of our 3 dogs and our pig. For those that don't know, I have a mini pig. He's not a small pig, he's a big pig, but he's not a hog, you know, he's not a normal big pig, he's just little. So yeah, we have a pig. And so all the other places that we were looking at, nobody wanted pets. And if they did accept pets, it had to be small ones. And the other ones that did accept any pet, they wanted like ridiculous amounts of money for deposit, like per pet. And we were like, no, that ain't gonna work. But anyway, so this house, we were like, okay, we're gonna bring our dogs in and everything. And then this realtor, oh, that was a part too, that she asked if we had pets, and we were like, yeah, but we're gonna mainly keep them downstairs, because she had like this big room downstairs and then like a huge garage, right, that we can just, you know, build like their little home right there, so they can easily access the back door and everything to go to the bathroom. So we were like, yeah, we're gonna keep them mainly downstairs and stuff. And then she kept talking about, yeah, because we put very expensive flooring. And I was just like, okay, but the thing is vinyl, like the floor was vinyl, you know, but she said it was like a high-end vinyl. I don't know, but it wasn't like wood, like anything expensive or fancy. And anyway, so then that was the call, right? Everything, and we were like, all right, we got this. tell me why the next morning she sends a text, not a text, she sends an email. And she says, oh, so I decided to sell the house instead. But if you guys are still interested, I can help you find a place to rent. And me and my husband were like, if I find the email, I'm going to insert it here. And I just thought that was very unprofessional of her, to not give us a call and to trick us like that. Like, why would you say, yes, you can move in at this time and give us hopes and stuff, and then all of a sudden say no, I'm gonna sell my house. What made you flip like that? You know what I'm saying? I've never met a person like that. Everything was set. And so she said, no, I decided to sell the house instead. I was upset, but I was like, look, if the house wasn't for us, I guess it wasn't for us. But what made me upset was the way she let me know. I was like, what the? But this person is the most horrible person to work in. It's two-faced, literally. Because in our face, she was like, yeah, you guys can move in, and when your parents come and visit, they can stay downstairs, and they can have their own space or whatever. And we're like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, there's a bathroom down here and blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, perfect. Even on the phone call, everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I'm selling the house. I was like, what the I was so upset, but I was just like, whatever, I'm just going to let that go. I already sent her an email, and I told her that we are interested in her helping us find a new place to live, just to rent or whatever, because she is a realtor. And tell me why she never ever responded to that email. Oops. Never, not even okay or yes or here's the listing or anything like that. She never. So I was just like, you know what? I don't want people to go through the same thing that I went through with this lady. She's highly unprofessional. What makes you think that that's okay for you to just treat a person like that? So if I find a card, a business card, I'm just gonna insert it here because I don't want you guys messing with this lady at all. She I can say so many things, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Enjoy this swing. And then my brother owns a shop, right? And the same guy that was working on the house that we were, dealing with at first, he works with my brother, or he works for my brother. And so when my baby was 2 weeks born, my husband went to go pick up my truck by himself. And this is what he told me. He was like, I saw the guy that was going to rent the house to us, and he maybe thought that I was going to beat him up or say something to him, because as soon as he saw him, he his eyes were this big, and he was just he didn't know what to say. And we're like, I mean, it is what it is. We're not going to beat the old short guy up because he didn't rent us his house. It wasn't his fault. It was the lady's fault. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how people just think that they can do certain things and it's okay. But right now, My husband and I just want to save up and be able to buy a house the correct way, you know. We just wanted to rent a house just so we can have our own space. But it is what it is. We're okay where we are now. So we're just going to focus on saving up and looking for a good realtor and staying far away from that lady. Far, far away. I do not recommend her at all because she didn't give no explanation as to why she didn't want to, you know, rent us the house, or as to why she just said, okay, I'm gonna sell it. And that's what bothers me. But it is what it is. I don't want to keep you guys here for too long, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Y'all, please try bell peppers, cottage cheese, and tahini. It's so good. And if you guys don't like cottage cheese, you can also use Philadelphia cream cheese. Oh, so good. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and joining me with story time. If I have all of the information, I'm gonna link her information and be like, look, you suck, lady. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like my video, please give it a big thumbs up, even though I just said like right now. And yeah, have a good night, guys. Bye.